What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching Dragon Ball Kakumei, God of Destruction, Amaron, whatever, versus Vegeta in Universe 6, Berserker, Broly, Unleashed. So yeah, chaptered, Amaron pulled up on Universe 6, about to start some trouble. We about to see Vegeta, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can help hold him off and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
As our story continues, following the events of Broly's attempt in having to attack Dula, with Dula being shown opening up a portal and diverting Broly's punch, only to now see how Broly had accidentally punched Vegeta rather than having to attack Dula directly. As with Amaron now finding the opening that he needed in order to attack Vegeta with, it was only from that point on where Amaron was then quickly shown directly attacking Vegeta and blasting him directly in the chest, which not only resulted in Vegeta's body being shown flying out into the distance, but on top of this, Super Saiyan God Vegeta was seemingly not showing to have any sort of advantage in this battle, as Broly went on to shout, "You release Vegeta from your technique!" Surprising, Broly, Amaron says, "Your past is out of the ordinary, and I congratulate you for gaining so much strength in such a short time." "How do you know all of this?" "Knowledge," Amaron responds, "my specialty." "I don't understand everything, but I won't let you hurt my friends," Broly says. "Oh, I want Vegeta," Amaron responds. "Dula, take care of him, but don't you dare interfere again. This is my fight." Yes, Dula responds. But Broly, on the other hand, was not having it, so instead, Broly attempted to charge directly at Amaron and attacking him, but before he could, Dula from out of nowhere was shown creating a portal and having to take Broly from one end of the planet and bringing him on over to another. As with Broly now being shown ending up in front of Dula, it was from there where Broly went on to respond, "Again? You bastard," Amaron says. "Here you are again." To which we then see a very battle damaged and bloody Super Saiyan God Vegeta refusing to go down to the newly crowned destroyer. It was fairly evident from that point on to Amaron that Vegeta wasn't going to be someone that he could kill so easily, to which, surprisingly enough, with Vegeta from that point then being shown smiling, it was only from there where Vegeta went on to tell Amaron, "And if you think I'm going to let you humiliate me like that again, you're barking up the wrong tree."
That's fucking
come
Vegeta.
On, Amaron responds. "Don't say things that you might regret, God of Destruction," Vegeta responds. To which seconds later we then see how Amaron was prompted in launching his chain directly at Vegeta, with Vegeta being shown grabbing it. The struggle between the two then began as Vegeta was shown tugging on the chain and thus bringing Amaron forward, because it was only as Vegeta was clutching onto Amaron's chain and from there being shown slamming him down onto the ground, it was very interesting to see how Vegeta from that point was shown having to use Amaron's own weapon against him, only because it was something that Amaron was not expecting for Vegeta to do. But Amaron seemed to have had other plans in shocking Vegeta, as he from there was shown grabbing onto Vegeta's skull, to which only then followed up with a very vicious headbutt to the face, followed by a vicious shot to Vegeta's stomach and sending Vegeta flying upwards, to where as we then see separation between the two, Amaron from there quickly followed up by telling Vegeta, "That's not how you're going to give me any damage," with Vegeta responding, "Don't try and provoke me, I'm past the age of such childness." "This is not what your past seems to show me," Amaron responds. "You are proud," as Vegeta shouts, "Scan me as much as you'd like, you'll never access who I am. You have no idea." "Oh, so let's try something else," Amaron responds. "How would you react if I told you that one of my two sidekicks, Sagala, is already on his way to find your beloved Bulma?" As this totally went on to shock Vegeta, as Vegeta went on to then tell him, "No, don't play that game, you damned God of Destruction!" With this in fact now igniting Vegeta and dashing right back at Amaron. Before Vegeta could even do anything to connect one of his punches, you can't play with Bulma now. That's off limits, bro. It's just one-on-one, me and you. "Give me your all if you think you have a chance of getting away." "Shut up," Vegeta responds. As shockingly enough, to the surprise of Amaron from out of nowhere, that was when Vegeta was shown taking it up a level and now unleashing the power of Super Saiyan Blue evolution in such a ferocious and vicious way to where Vegeta had now meant every bit of what he had said before, to where before Amaron could even be shown finishing the phrase finally, Vegeta from within that very moment was shown uppercutting Amaron in the face, by from there being shown following him and unleashing shot after shot asking, who do you think you are to come all the way here to threaten me, my brothers in arms, and my wife? In which now after knocking Amaron back down onto the ground, Vegeta was immediately prompted in charging up and from there also now being shown firing the Gallic gun down at Amaron, but it was only through the Gallic gun itself where Vegeta had noticed one of Amaron's weapons making its way towards him, with the chain sickle being shown barely having to avoid Vegeta's head itself by slicing right through his face. Amaron's method of using that chained weapon to his advantage in slicing right through Vegeta is what now had prompted him in gaining the upper hand over Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, in which it was just when Amaron was once again shown making contact and punching Vegeta in the face, Vegeta even then, despite being in such a bloodied state, refused to go down despite the disadvantage, as Vegeta went on to then tell him, I'm getting sick of you. Oh yes, Amaron says, yes, bring it on, come on. And brought it Vegeta did, because as soon as Vegeta was shown smashing his way into Amaron, by from there being shown dragging his body outward, the battle itself between the two was so intense. They going at it. I like it. I like shit like this. Neither of the two were willing to back down from the other, to which even despite Vegeta's best efforts and from there being shown doing anything to hurt Amaron, Amaron really wasn't shown being taking as much damage as Vegeta was prior to the contrary, but instead, even despite using his own chain to lacerate Vegeta with, Vegeta was from there shown lifting up his arms and powering up his double axe handle by shouting, damn it, you think I'm your thing? We'll see. And Vegeta let it loose, because right after upon having to unleash his double axe handle, Vegeta cracked Amaron with such tremendous amounts of force and pressure behind the strike that you can almost kind of see Amaron's mask now beginning to crack under the tremendous weight of Vegeta's strike, in which to all the while as the other Saiyans were now watching this, Kaba went on to say to himself, Mr. Vegeta, I feel powerless, and as strong as Broly is, the magic of this demon is wearing him down. He won't last forever. Majesty, with all due respect, we must intervene. Vegeta gives everything to protect us, and to just stand by and do nothing is unbearable. We cannot afford to lose men before the war has even started, Sadala responds. I completely understand, but it's Vegeta and Broly that will lose if we don't do something. As fighters who have defended our universe during the tournament, I sincerely believe that Kale, Caulifla, and I can make ourselves useful in this situation. As meanwhile, back with Dula and Broly then went on to ask the question, where's the other elf? Oh, you'll find out soon enough, Dula responds, but Broly did not want to wait any longer, so instead, that was when Broly had immediately taken initiative in transforming into a Super Saiyan by asking, what are you planning to do? But Dula went on to quickly attack Broly, but even then, Broly was the first to be shown taking any sort of action by grabbing onto Dula and slamming him down onto the ground.
Not the control Super Saiyan thing, we just saw that in the chapter, son, in the Super Saiyan chapter.
Do this, so instead, Dula was now beginning to rely more so on his magic, knowing the fact that he stood no chance in overpowering Broly, so the minute Broly was slowly but surely being shown charging up for a mouth blast and now being shown unleashing it, Dula had somehow managed to avoid this by using his magic by any means, as meanwhile back with Vegeta, it was only now clear to him that taking down Amaron was not going to be easy, as it was only through the smoke with Amaron being shown looking right up at Vegeta with a cracked mask, it didn't appear as though Amaron was that severely hurt in battle, as he was only surprisingly then being shown laughing. This had now even added more insult to injury, as Vegeta was shown looking on down by asking, are you enjoying all of this? Who the hell are you? Call me Amaron. I stand for the god of destruction of Universe 14. And you think that gives you the right to come and mess with us instead? I'm only making a diversion. It's not every day that you meet a mortal who has been trained by his angel after all. I'm not disappointed, Amaron adds, but instead, I want more. And more Vegeta had attempted to give Amaron, as Amaron was in fact enjoying this, with the battle itself quickly resuming as Vegeta from out of nowhere was shown reverting right back down to his base form. Kaba, Kale, and Caulifla were standing idly by in horror having to watch this, as Vegeta was shown telepathically connecting to them by responding, Kale, Kaba, Caulifla, you three are going to find the second guy who sneaked out, he says. He's looking for Bulma, and you better do whatever it takes to find her first and protect her. Amaron won't let me get very far, so I'm counting on you. You two will probably have to take part in the fight, with King Sadala responding, I will lay my life down for my people. As meanwhile, back with Broly and Dula, it had only now appeared as though Dula did not stand any sort of chance in holding his own with Broly, but through the use of his own magic, Dula was in fact able to revert Broly right back down to his base form, as Dula went on to add, I had to put this big lump of a man to sleep to finally get rid of him. Look at my condition. Oh, no, I'm not okay, I'm not okay. Miserable, King Sadala says, how dare you? It's up to us to take over now, but before they even could, Dula took advantage by punching a slumbering Broly right back down onto the ground, and from there being shown
you gotta sneak Broly, make him go to sleep to fight him.
Over and over again, knowing the fact that Broly was sleeping. This itself was the only given advantage that Dula had over Broly, knowing the fact that if Broly was awake, then there would be nothing that Dula could do in order to even hold a candle against him, until that was when Dula had gone as far as to look on over and noticing King Sadala and his other Saiyan warriors behind him, with a very battle damaged and dazed Dula having to ask them, excuse me, but won't you let me rest for just 10 minutes and then we'll see? As this infuriated King Sadala, with Dula continuing,
rest for 10 minutes, nigga, it's time to go.
Then I'll put you to sleep now too, and you'll fall apart just like the big pile of muscle here too. So it's up to you now. But then, the minute Dula had gone as far as to turn around, to his absolute horror, that was when, shockingly enough, Dula was once again now face to face with an awakened Broly, as even though Broly was shown slumbering for a very short period of time, Broly was still in some kind of way still shown slumbering, as even Dula went on to ask, he's still a slag? With Broly being shown grabbing onto Dula's face, with Dula saying to himself, this guy isn't normal, I've got to get away from him as soon as possible. To which he did, because the moment Dula was shown kicking Broly's arm away and flying backwards, it was only from that point where Dula went on to say to himself, I'll join with Salaga in the meantime, and then we'll deal with them another time alone. It's certain death, he says. But then, all of a sudden, that was when Dula had gone as far as to stop by saying to himself, I can't move anymore. What has that gorilla done to me now? To which, mind you, surprisingly enough, as he was still in his subconscious state while shown sleeping, Broly was shown stopping Dula in place by using the God Blind, which of course is one of Goku's moves, as he was from that point then quickly shown transforming into a Super Saiyan state. Dula could not believe the horror that he was now beginning to witness, as surprisingly enough, Amaron went on to contact him by asking, why are you playing, Dula? I'm really sorry, but the green cloth Saiyan is far from being like the others. I'm running out of ideas against him. Broly, Amaron says. Yes. Listen to me carefully, Amaron says. With Broly now on the attack, as Amaron went on to whisper something very intriguing to Dula, which resulted in Dula smiling, it was only from that point where Dula went on to respond, I feel that his grip dropped as soon as he started to charge as the Venerable Heir predicted. Oh, perfect. To which, surprisingly, as he was only from that point then shown creating a portal right in front of Broly, to which with Dula now being shown grabbing onto both Chilai and Lemmo by the neck as Broly was shown shouting their name, Broly from that point then went on to add, no, don't do anything to them, I'll do whatever you want, with Dula shown laughing and responding, are you kidding me? Take a good look at my face, you bastard. Do I look like I'm trying to be a good Samaritan? Don't worry, Broly. We're as tough as nails and he won't do anything to us. We are his hostages. He needs us. Isn't that right, Demon? With Dula asking, hostages? Which hostages? As it was only from out of nowhere, with Dula now being shown tossing Lemmo aside only to see how King Sadala had caught him, it would only now appear as though Dula had taken more of an interest on Chilai more so than Lemmo, as King Sadala went on to catch Lemmo by shouting, you wouldn't dare! To which Dula, in fact, was dead set on having to carry out his mission in inflicting as much pain to our heroes as possible, because it was only within that very second, as Dula was shown creating an energy blade, where he from that point wasted little time in directly being shown impaling Chilai through the stomach, and not only going as far as to add even more insult to injury by proving his point, but little did Dula now know that he had just made the biggest mistake of his life, because not only did everyone else, including Vegeta, King Sadala, Kaba, Kale, and Caulifla had gone as far as to see this, but the one individual that you did not want to have see this was in fact Broly, as Broly went on to utter, Yeah,
he about to go crazy.
This had now gone as far as to trigger Broly in such a frightening way, because it was only after having to see one of his friends die right before his very eyes, similar to how his father died, where Broly had now lost all sense of control of who he is, where he was, and to go absolutely berserk in unleashing the true power that was lying dormant within him. It was only right then and there, during that moment, Dragon Ball Kakumei manga chapter number 15 then comes to a close. Now, you can make no mistake about the fact that with the way this manga chapter had ended off with such a massive cliffhanger, that you can only just imagine the terror and rampage that Broly's about to go
crazy.
on when facing off against Dula, when facing off even against the god of destruction Amaron. So I'm actually really glad that they made use of Broly in giving him something to do, because thus far in Kakumei, from what I can recall, I don't think that Broly had done anything of significant importance thus far. So now the question will ultimately become, okay, well,
that nigga put it in Chile, put a stab Chile, my fault. Oh yeah, he good. He cooked. Go, Broly's about to cook that nigga. It's not, and it's about to be nasty. He's about to. I don't see if that character's still alive at the end of the next chapter. I'd be surprised. No. Anyway, shout out to Unreal Gaming for the video. Make sure you check out Dragon Ball Kakumei, whatever it is, and then, man, I can't wait till the next chapter, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.